if you are being challenged this week to either fight harder for what you truly want or let go of something that you thought you wanted, it might be because of a transit right now where Venus just moved into the sign of Virgo and is forming a conjunction to the South Node in Virgo as well. So whenever we look to Venus, Venus is beauty, art, but it's also things that we desire, things that we really want in our life. It's love, it's beauty, it's expression, it's everything materialistic and so forth. When we have that planet conjuncting with a South Node in the same sign as well, we might run into obstacles that has to do with our personal expression of beauty, art, everything that feels like love in your life, everything that you really truly want and desire, because these obstacles are meant for you to be more clear, more precise about what it is that you truly want in your life. Sometimes we need to have obstacles in order to question ourselves and understand, is this truly the path that I want to fight for? Or do I need to learn a lesson of how to let go? And this week, from today and maybe 5-6 days ahead, I would really advise for you to pay attention to any pattern, any old restrictions coming up in regards to that. It could be that for a long time you defined a certain goal in love, that you wanted this kind of person or this kind of love or this kind of relationship. Or it could be that you are an artist and you always wanted to make a big project regards to, I don't know, like whatever it might be, and that you are facing difficulties right now, questioning if that's the right thing to do. And there are always two things to be really careful about. It's like question yourself whether you are being more self-destructive, like you want to give up as soon as your manifestation is not coming into fruition. That could be one point, that you would need to learn to work harder for what you truly believe in. Or the second one could be that in order for you to receive that goal, in order to really be a vessel and channel those visions of beauty that you have, you will need to face some patterns, some obstacles along the way that makes you more certain about why this is worth creating or why this is worth fighting for. And once you have faced those obstacles, the road ahead of you would be much more clear. And there's another interpretation that I will invite into the picture as well when we have Venus in conjunction with the South Node. I think on a collective level that the nodes being in an energetic degree right now is also really exposing, because we have Virgo that is also connected to, you know, our daily habits, the nurse, the nurturer. And the way that I see it, because it's the earth sign as well, is that we have been misusing Mother Earth for so long that this way of being and existing, it has to come to an end. We have to rise our consciousness about protecting true beauty, such as nature, such as culture and literature and poetry and music and art form. And we need to step into on a collective level and understanding that all these expressions where we are being creative and using the more intuitive and feminine sides of our beings to express ourselves is actually what is healing to humanity. It's like everything has become so rationalized, and, you know, with the rising data centers destroying Earth even more, the question would also be, do we really need all of these things? And I feel that that's a question that comes up particularly in around Virgo questions of what is it worth? Like, is this analytically, logically, practically really worth it, or should we reinvent the way in which we look at beauty and art and all of these things that Venus represents as well, the feminine in general? And this is sort of my philosophical take on it too, because I think it's an important conversation to have. where are we headed? And every time I see an article about how creativity heals, or how, you know, people who are being exposed to art, they feel more happy hormones and, you know, more connected hormones, I always kind of laugh about it, because we have now been in a society where this is so not valued for so long, that we need science to prove that it's valued, and then somehow it just becomes such an absurd thing. But I think one of the things that are worth fighting for when it comes to ourself and our expression and humanity and all is to remember what true beauty is. True beauty lies within the nature and the creation and the cycles of life as well. And I think those would be the subjects, both on a personal level and on a collective level, that we would need to rediscover. You know, it's not only, I don't like to use the word fight necessarily, but you know, like how we need to overcome obstacles in order to get where we want to be. And there is no story if there are no obstacles, you know. There is no hero's journey if he doesn't meet any sort of dragons on his way. And this Venus conjunction with the South Node feels like one of those moments where we as a collective might also ask ourselves, how are we treating true beauty? How are we treating nature? How are we treating the feminine within all of us? So that's a bit of a repetition of all the themes before, but I think it's an important point to get ahead. And finally, I just want to invite you on a personal level to perhaps journal a little bit about what do you truly value, what's truly important to you, what do you want to achieve, what are your desires, and write down those that seems out of reach or seems frustrating to you, so that you can become aware at this moment in time with this conjunction that there might, you might need to give up something in order to reach a higher goal, a higher purpose. And this is what this conjunction with the South Node in Virgo is for as well, because Virgo is also a very analytical, structured mind, and someone who knows how to rationalize the way out of things. So sometimes we need that lens to understand what is truly important. It's my little take on the Venus in Virgo in conjunct to the South Node in Virgo. And if you like this, please like, subscribe, and all the good stuff. And I see you in another video. Bye for now.